Hello and welcome to another episode of Exalted Edge of Creation. The players are getting ready to go on a grand adventure to the southeast and find out what's going on with the Hungry Ghost down there. They are leaving their newly acquired house, and I'm assuming you're leaving your followers behind?
Yes.
And you haven't met back up with them. They're sent to go collect some tools. Some construction tools, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
We will actually pick up with that meeting occurring. They are basically got a couple of, well, they went with the wagon, so they're coming back with the wagon with some like shovels and pitchforks and basically some things that look more like climbing gear than tools, but probably could be used for it.
Hammers, nails, because I think I want to,
Yeah.
basically construction equipment. Things to either rebuild defenses, and help with morale and whatnot.
Yeah. They start loading on the casks of, was it ale or was it, I think it was mead.
I'll be loading that since I was carrying them.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're just strapping it down. You put it up there and they strap it down, and then helping pick up the salt. But while they're doing this, like two of them are standing aside, and one of them's like, "You tell him. No, you tell him. Well, you're the one that heard it." But okay, fine. And they come up to you, like. Master Erickson?
Yes.
We know you were looking into, well, we overheard you talking about the murders in the city and looking into that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we were getting the tools, we heard there was well, I don't know if it was a murder, but somebody else died last night.
Where?
It was on the, up close to the wall, actually. It's one of the soldiers. He, well, they say he was struck by lightning, but there wasn't any clouds last night, so it seemed really odd. So that we just, that's why we decided to tell you about it.
Well, thank you. Let me know if you hear anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll keep an ear open while you're gone. How long are you gonna be gone?
It's like a 1 or 2 day trip there.
Yeah.
About a week.
All right. Well, we'll try to fix up the house while you're gone.
Good.
Is there anything else we should do?
Try to make as many contacts as you can in the market and amongst the people.
Okay.
Do what you do best.
Yeah, like set up for heading out in the spring for some more trips up north.
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly.
Well, I mean, now that we've got some muscle, it might be a little bit safer doing so.
Yeah. You got them.
All right, they have finished loading.
Okay.
And off we go to the southeast.
Yep.
There is no like defined edge of this city as you guys are headed out. I mean the wall to the north defines this is the edge of the city, and there ain't no further.
Yeah.
But to the south, it just kind of runs into sort of suburb type things, and then I mean, not like well defined like we would have in the United States, but there are continual buildings, and then once you've got to about a day's journey from the center of town, there's like a couple of other villages and a lot of farmland. You see farmland in all directions as you go. There's a couple of orchards, and you have to go through one or two of them, and they've got like apple orchards. They've got bees traveling all around inside of them. as they are looking for hives about this time of the year. Starting a new setup. Maybe only early ones. It is still pretty cold. But there is, people are starting to go out and break ground, although it's a difficult process right now with how cold it is. Most of the fields are fallow though. As you travel, there is most of the traffic that you guys encounter are headed the opposite direction. There's not a lot of people headed east.
Yeah, well, to be expected. Shit's going down.
And you do get some like curious glances and, speculative glances looking at the cart and seeing what's in it.
We're making explosives with alcohol and tools.
Just kind of smile.
Mm.
I just keep my hood up and
Try not to draw too much attention.
We need to wrap you like a Azim and... No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a what?
Azim in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And he wraps himself as a leopard to sneak into Nottingham Castle.
Oh, is that your finger friend?
Okay. The weather, like I said, is fairly cold, although somewhat still right now. There doesn't seem to be any storms. So it's just kind of a cold, late winter, early spring kind of day.
Ride is the skill necessary to navigate this cart, right?
Yeah. But for traveling along, you don't even need to roll for that.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. You guys get your 5 XP for last session.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody hit any of the expression bonuses. Impeded, endangered, or harmed by a flaw. Challenged, endangered, or harmed in the course of protecting or upholding a major defining intimacy. Or expressing, supporting, or engaging a major defining intimacy in such a way that it reveals something about the character. Develops the character's personality, provides character. Well, what are your, Scott, what are your intimacies?
I've got integrity and honor is my defining one. I've got my majors are negatively don't betray me. And the other is protect those who can't protect themselves. And then my minors are the tie he gave me to the group and beauty and nature.
I think I am going to give you 2 solar XP for that first bullet point.
Defining, find home of my own. We found a home, and we've taken place in it.
You did have a fun moment of nursing a pet back to health in the home. I can go for that too.
Okay, next to defining, what's that give me?
After all, we know now that he hates cats and dogs
And horses.
and horses, but he's okay with birds, things.
Bird things, yeah.
All right,
That gives me what?
2 solar XP. All right.
I'll spend it later.
You guys just traveling along on the cart or walking beside it, kind of thing the whole way. All right.
I guess so.
Those of you with high perception
Ew.
may notice as you're traveling along that people you just glance in the distance suddenly vanish. And when you get up to about where they were, you might see that they have basically hiding in hedgerows or in the grass or something like that off to the side until you guys pass.
Okay, I'm gonna
Are
be
they
on
like
the
hiding from us or?
hiding
Yeah.
to jump us.
No, they're...
No, your
They see
ambush
us.
ambush senses are not going off.
Yeah. They see us coming and they're like, ooh, ooh,
Yep.
and hide. Because
Big something.
crazy people are heading toward danger.
Yes.
Mhm.
Stay away from them.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Or idiots are heading towards danger.
And we don't want them to be able to recognize us when they turn into hungry ghosts.
Okay. I guess we can continue.
Hmm.
I have some fun along the trip with my new pet owl thing, Sova. Just go get it. Gets a rat or something.
Yeah. There is
Have fun practicing.
not a lot of critters out yet. Until things start growing up, there won't be as many animals out.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rare treasures that you can find out and about.
Mm-hmm.
Sova has actually put on a little bit of weight.
I would expect so.
Yeah.
He's eating something.
I'm saying just a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, not like a significant, but he looks a little healthier. His feathers don't look like they're falling out anymore. So, the first night, you can find a traveling inn if you would like, or just kind of camp it out.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer
I
to
would-
camp it out.
I will leave that to my companion.
Prefer to camp it out.
Yeah, camp out.
Fewer people I'm around, the better things go for me.
Yeah.
The fewer people there are, the less likely there
Well,
will
I
be
don't know.
enemies.
I mean, if you you start like going to farmhouses and trying to help people out, then your cult might spread here too.
Yeah, but my cult is based around them praying for me to stay away.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I went to download the Hulk music.
Oh.
The Bill Bixby walk.
Yeah.
Just satchel thrown over my shoulder.
Oh, they can't see the
If
film.
you don't get that, you're too young.
Yeah. Basically, it's gonna be pick a suitable set of trees, or well, there's some like evergreens up here, so you could find a grove of evergreens to chill out in.
Okay.
Or otherwise, there's not gonna be a lot of.
I will
protection
allow
from
my
the cold.
companions to choose a campsite.
Make a
I will allow the big guy to choose a campsite.
we'll make a intelligent survival roll.
Survival.
Yeah, he's got survival. I've got 1 dot in it.
2?
All right. It's nothing special, but yeah, he finds some pine trees to take the cut off from the wind.
Hmm.
Cool.
And I will be in the trees.
In the trees, like climbing in the trees.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Oh
How
right, yeah, I
do you-
understand what you're saying.
I've got a
yeah, they're
Specialty in climbing, I have prehensile feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going, how do they support your weight? You could probably only sit on the bottom branches.
yeah, the pine trees are really unfortunate to climb in most of the time. I would know, but you can find like a big enough one to get into a bit.
I was gonna say, don't you have claws?
No.
No. They'll just pre.
No, it's just I'm talking about the sap. They're really sappy and yeah.
You
But,
think I care about that?
Probably not.
If anything, it's going to give me that taxi cab fresh scent, you know?
Oh, brother.
But yeah, you're probably used to pine trees. I mean, there's not a whole lot else up north, further north than this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either in a tree or in a cave type
Yeah.
thing.
The night
I'm
passes.
gonna make my bed in the in the driver's seat.
Okay.
And I will sleep under the cart.
Yep.
Please tell me the horse pisses on it.
I said under the cart, not under the horse.
Have you ever watched a horse piss?
Yeah, are you gonna keep the horse chained up?
I'm assuming you unattach the horses from the cart, like any respectable traveler would.
Well, not if there's a chance it's gonna piss on him.
Yeah, we hobble them, but not far away from us.
No.
But yeah, you don't want to keep them on the yoke.
You guys keep watch going?
Of course.
Yeah.
Need to take a turn. So nothing comes near you guys during the night, but the horses are spooked through most of the night. They don't really sleep much. And there is like a vague sense of unease through the whole night. There's a couple of times you hear something moving at a pretty good distance from you, but and maybe a little bit of a dart of motion because you have those pretty strong senses, but whatever is out there isn't coming near you guys. The next day is very cold because it was clear all night last night, and so it's right chilly. Yeah, can definitely see your breath.
I will, before I come down from the tree, get a bunch of pine needles and shove them in for an added layer of insulation.
All right.
I probably did that last night, but
Yeah. So yeah, the horses are kind of going a bit slow because they're cold.
Mm-hmm.
It takes them a bit to get warmed up as you get going, but as the sun comes up, they start moving a little better.
Yeah.
But it's still really cold, and as it warms up, a little bit of a fog starts showing up here and there.
and I'm keeping an eye out for pretty much anything.
You do see, bless you.
Thank you.
You do see some wood smoke in the distance.
The way we're headed.
Yeah, a
So
couple
I can
different
assume
places.
that's the farm we're going to.
Yeah. There's like straight ahead on the road. There's some wood smoke coming up, and then you can see a couple places to the south. There's a couple spots.
I keep an eye out for traps because that's what I do.
Alright. Are you staying with the group, or are you like ranging around?
I'll be ranging around, yeah, a little bit. Not far.
Alright. While you're ranging around a little bit, like off the side of the road, you do find a collection of belongings.
Loot drop.
Okay.
There is like a bag full of clothes attached to like
Dead body.
a couple of farming implements and some cookware, and they've got a little bit of food, not a whole lot, but there is some food, like traveling kind of food.
How old is it?
The food is seems fine. It's like
Biscuits and hard cheese.
yeah, some cheese, some bread. It's not moldy.
Okay.
It's really cold right now, but
Well, like, why waste food? I'll kind of look around for hints as to where people went.
give me a wit survival roll.
I would have to activate a lot of things to do that.
7 through 10?
Yeah,
3.
nice. Yeah, I see any of those a 10?
No.
Yeah, you find some footprints. There is one set of like boots,
Okay.
one set of like smaller shoes, and then as far as you can tell, that looks like, well, no, that's bare human feet footprints in the like frozen
Which
earth
direction are they heading?
away from the road to the north. Well, the footprints, the boot prints, and the shoe prints come from the road, and then go off to the north.
Okay.
And so does the human footprints. They're not very, it's hard to pick them up anywhere because of how cold, hard the ground is. But where you do see them, there seems to be some coming towards the camp and some heading off to the northeast.
Well, if I'd come back with the food and go, people's heading north? Or, well, there's a camp over there. People
Yeah, it was
there
like under
somewhere.
some bushes.
And yeah, with some people there. They headed north. Some of them are barefoot.
There wasn't any blood on the regular footprints, which you would expect from somebody who's traveling around barefoot in this kind of terrain.
Very strange.
I am.
There's a bit of a difference.
Was there a fire?
What? No. No fire.
There was some like bedroll laying on the ground though, but it was still like somebody had gotten up out of it, hadn't made it up yet. But somebody had been sleeping in it. And the stuff was kind of like moved around, like maybe some animals got at it.
Oh, there's also, they had some food on them.
You're making me regret not having the sense of smell. Trauma.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe they died and became zombies? And they're heading north for some reason? Who knows?
I look at your familiar. Could it possibly find them?
What'd you think? Can you find them?
It looks at you.
Want to give it a try?
It's like blinking its eyes. It's kind of tired right now. It's more of a nighttime critter.
Yeah.
But it, I don't know, kind of shuffles back and forth, moves its wings up a little bit.
Well, could I be able to judge how long ago those people left?
That's why I asked if there was a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the last. So it can't have been too long because the food was still there, and if it had been there for more than a day or two, something would have found it and dug its way in. I mean, things were moved around a little bit, but the fact that there was still any food says that yes, it can't have been too long. It might even have been last night.
Just strange that they would leave
Yeah.
bedding.
And tools. There's some tools with them. Tools, food,
It was like
bedding.
yeah, just like farm implements.
Alright.
Well, let's just keep going.
Okay, no. We need to find these people, I think. Because either they are potentially turned or they're survivors fleeing, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking turned.
I pulled a wagon off the road.
Okay, you're gonna try to follow cross country.
No.
Okay.
In a wagon? You kidding?
You'll be rolling for that one.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could do it.
Yeah.
I got a few dice for that, but no.
Well, if it's one of your cast or favorite abilities, then you can throw an excellency at it.
Actually, I might. No, I will give the horses a chance to rest. Have your familiar stay with the cart. Its order is to come get us if someone steals it.
Good idea.
Or to try and protect it, maybe. It might. It's freaky. It might scare something away.
I almost have this picture of Appa and Momo having a solo adventure on the Dragonelle and a cart. The horses, yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
And then we should track them.
Okay.
And by we, I mean one of the two of you.
By one of the two of us, you mean him.
This conversation again.
Look. If we're in a city,
I'm
the
a
city
city
folk
boy.
take care of it. If we're in the country, you know, we each do our own thing.
Not much for. Yeah.
I'm not much better than you in tracking.
It's wits
Yeah, it's
survival,
survival.
right?
Yeah, so I've
I
got
have
5
4
dice.
dice.
I got 1 extra die.
Whatever. Teamwork, I guess.
Favor to cast, you guys can throw essence at it.
Nope.
What do I do for that?
You can spend motes of essence. Each one gives you an extra die, up to the total of doubling your dice pool. So if you have like 5 dice in your pool, you can spend 5 motes and roll 10 dice instead.
Sure, I'll do that.
You're glowing now.
No,
At
it's not.
5?
He can spend that from personal.
Oh. Right.
And if
Okay.
it's 5 or more, then yes, it does. If it's from peripheral, if it's 5 or more, it does start showing. But you could always just, spend 4 and call it, yay, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate sensory acuity prana.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do that as well. Wait, that's just for awareness. We're doing tracking right now, so.
Oh, wait.
I got 2.
I have 9.
9 successes.
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9.
All right. Yeah. The smaller footprints disappeared several times, but you're able to follow the boot prints pretty easily. There's some like rocky terrain where you're like, man, I should have lost him during this, but you just keep catching like little scuff marks where the lichen has been pushed away or something like that, and you're able to stay on the track and the trail. As you are going,
I do my best to pack up the items from their campsite
okay.
that he didn't scavenge.
As you are going, though, you notice a couple more sets of footprints joining the group. And pretty soon, even you can keep track of the trail. There's that many people traveling this way.
On the order of like 30 to 40 people.
Yeah, something on the... It's over a dozen. It's well over a dozen. It's probably 2 to 3 dozen.
Wow, okay.
And the trails just like keep intersecting and moving in this direction.
I feel like we stumbled across the teddy bear picnic.
The teddy bear picnic. I don't know that one.
Well, this
If you
one's
go out to the
scary.
woods today,
Oh.
sure a big surprise.
Yep. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And they are headed steadily northeast now. More east now than north.
Okay.
Which is the opposite direction we needed to go.
I thought we were
Well,
heading east.
you were headed east.
No.
You were headed southeast.
Right, and now we're heading northeast.
East by
Well,
northeast.
East by northeast, but still.
So you guys, you've gone for maybe 4 hours, but you would continue on. And you come over a hill and you see a like hamlet kind of thing up ahead. There's no wood smoke coming from it, and you don't see anybody about or any animals.
I'm going to activate my keen hearing.
Okay.
And sight to
Get a good look.
inspect the village for life.
All right. With the hearing, you hear "ee," clunk clunk, "ee," clunk clunk, "ee," clunk, clunk. And as far as sight, you see some doors kind of just hanging ajar. Windows
Detritus
that
in the.
yeah, there's windows that are missing.
Any bodies?
No,
Should we go take a closer look? I sense a trap.
no, you don't. I would tell you if you sensed a trap.
Because we have that power.
No, I don't.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
Both of them do. I can actually tell the players that they don't sense a trap. Oh, that's funny.
Ah, dear me.
And they were coming here.
The footprints do. The trail of tracks leads to this village.
Huh. Well, act like you're hypnotized walking to town.
Weekend at Bernie's. No, we don't need to do the dance.
We've
Just
got probably 8 hours of light left.
yeah. It's not quite midday,
Okay.
but it is like if you by the time you get into the town, it'd be pretty close.
Oh,
It'd be a good time to
it's
have
that far away.
It's not like super far away, but I mean, you got to go down the hill and then up the hill to get to this place.
Mm.
And it's kind of in the foothills of the
So-
mountains that are east of Whitewater.
Down then up,
Yeah.
but straight across. How many range bands is it?
It's out. It's unless you have siege weapons, it's out of like range. So
Yeah, but he
it's-
can jump really, really far.
I mean, yeah. If you wanted to, if you have Hulk jumping capabilities, you can probably Hulk jump this.
Yeah, I do have jumping capabilities.
Dang it. Okay, the abominable Hulk.
Yep. Abomination. But yeah, if you want to jump on over there, let me know.
Superhero landing, everyone.
3-point landing.
So bad for you.
Well, there's no life in that town. I'm convinced of that.
Okay.
Do we go investigate, or do we head back to the cart and go on to our destination?
Card.
If there's no life in that town, we should go to our destination where we know there is life to protect, and then hit this on the way back.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Are my supernatural senses tingling? Is there a
Oh,
wild
that you want to
presence?
investigate that one or the like?
Yeah, because I have the
You have the one to say ambush, right?
well, no, and I also have integrity protecting prana, which
Well,
gives me some sense if
protect-
there's wild energies about.
No wild.
Okay.
Yeah, this place. Although you do get like the faintest hint of it because whenever there are not people around any longer,
It starts to creep in.
it starts creeping in.
Yeah.
So you get that vague sense of yeah, there's nobody holding the map down here,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hightail it back to the cart and get to the town that we're going to.
Okay. Tally ho.
All right. Yeah, you basically see the same thing on the way back. You're just following the footprints back to where you came from.
Can we get back in half the time
Um,
since we're not looking for anything?
well,
Just-
he rolled so well on it. Like
Oh.
you guys followed it you could have followed it at whatever pace you
Oh.
wanted to.
Okay.
But if you want to actually like,
Well, I think
Pick
I'm the
up the pace
slowest
a
of
little
us, so.
yeah.
I have lightning speed.
What's your
Just when I get down on all fours.
You guys
Gonna
are almost
bound
back to
across
the.
It's too bad you're not big enough for me to ride you.
Yeah! Charge!
We could probably rig up some kind of harness.
Yeah. 10 foot tall.
A baby
one
backpack?
Baby back. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking more one where he stands, you know, and is buckled in at the waist so he could still use a bow or...
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like those things they put on biplanes so you can do tricks?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that? Oh, man.
You guys are almost back to the cart when you hear like a piercing like bird cry. And then you also hear some horses when you like make a noise.
I will Hulk leap towards the cart.
All right. Do you have to spend essence for that?
I have to spend 2.
Okay. You smash down in the ground. As you're coming down, you see a couple of guys with their hands up trying to get the horses calmed down. And on the back of the horse is the bird, and it's like putting its face out at the, or like, you know, kind of snapping at the people. And there is a woman nearby, well, a couple women, and some kids like hiding behind them.
Oh, you just scared the pants off of these guys.
And then you smash down to the ground. Boom! And all eyes turn to you, and like,
Just kind of stand up, brush my shoulder. What are you doing with my horses?
and like everybody's backing up as, you know, like
And the cult
instinctively.
grows.
3 dots!
What?
3 dot gold.
Well, I have 2 dots now. He said the cold grows, so I said 3 dots.
And then like the 2 women, one of them looks kind of elderly, like start moving right quick, and the guys like one of them like kind of draws a spear, and the other guy's like like pushes it away, and we didn't mean anything, sir. Sorry. We're leaving. I didn't mean anything. I just saw the horses. Want to make sure they didn't, you know, wander off. You're back now, so we'll see you later.
I'll just be like, have a good day, and sit down and wait for them to sit down on the ground and wait for them to...
They're not exactly running by the time you guys get there, but they're definitely moving as fast as that old lady can.
Okay.
And they keep, you know, checking over their shoulder to make sure he's not chasing.
Hey, that was funny. Chase them. Like, seriously, go chase them.
No.
Why? They left.
But it's...
Excuse me.
You left behind this child.
Yeah, go return the thing to the... who wants this? I hate kids.
I think it needs to have his diaper changed. I think you need to have your diaper changed.
I think they all need to have their diaper changed after that
Yeah,
landing.
you had the sensory still on? Oh, you don't have scent? Never mind.
No.
I was gonna say, if you have scent, you might smell the
No, and
scent.
I didn't spend it to last.
Oh,
to
you
be
didn't?
Permanent.
You didn't make it committed?
No. I'm gonna activate harmonious presence. Personal essence.
You're gonna try to talk to the people?
Yeah.
Because they're a good quarter mile down the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically get
Go
on
over there and stop them.
No, just everyone mount up and I'll head after them.
So there's this
Like,
great
excuse
moment.
me.
There's this great moment where you see the people like try to pick it up, and ladies, you know, and then you.
I'm just kind of sitting.
But
in the back.
eventually they realize they're not going to get away, and so they.
I didn't do anything threatening. I just showed up and said, "What are you doing with my horses?" I
Yes,
wasn't
but you're-
picking up a rock. I didn't have clenched fists.
Hey, what are you doing with my horses? A guy just titanfalled from the sky.
Right, but I made no threatening gesture towards them.
Yeah, I'm
when
just
you,
sitting in the
like eventually they
cart
decide they're not
kinda-
getting away, and they all like move to the side of the road, or well, turn around, and they all bow down as a group.
I'll pull
More.
us up
More, yeah.
short.
Fine. I'll sit at the back of the cart and be quiet. Just sitting there with my bird and kind of
What
stroking.
does Harmonious Presence do for you? Is that just a 9 again, or?
It gives me +3 dice on all social tests.
Okay.
And then I was also going to activate another one once we start talking, which gives me +1 success and +1 non-charm die.
Okay.
Per 2 of their +2 resolve. Basically I'm like, hey-o, where are you coming from and where are you going? We are making for, shit, I can't remember the name of that town.
I don't know if I gave it a name.
But I'll tell them where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can kind of see like the little back and forth nods between a couple of people, and then one of the guys like raises up, but he still keeps his head down, and he's like, "Forgive us for scaring your horses. We are headed for Whitewall. We come from our farm. Along the way, we were only headed to Whitewall. I'm very sorry."
Whereabouts was your farm?
About 2 days' journey from here, my lord.
How are they outfitted? Not very well.
They're wearing like a lot of like rough spun wool of some sort, but
Okay.
it's pretty thickly on them. They're bundled up. They're definitely wearing a lot of layers.
Okay.
Where's that food?
Actually, it might even be.
Where's that food you found? And I give them the food and the bedding from the campsite that we found.
Okay. Make a presence, or sorry, charisma plus presence roll. Socialize rather. Socialize.
I would suck at either of those. I would have 1 die.
This will decide whether they burn everything you gave them as soon as you're out of sight.
6 die for me.
Yeah, 4.
All right. They calm down a little bit.
Oh, 5, because I get
5, yeah.
+1.
Okay, yeah, they do calm. That definitely beats their resolve and whatnot. But they do calm down a little bit. And the old lady does assume a more seated position. It looked like being on her knees was very uncomfortable, but and the kids are
Yeah, I basically
looking
tell them
out.
we were coming from Whitewall. When you get there, I give them the address of my home. They will be able to help you.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you very, very, very much.
Is he actually a lord?
I don't know.
Are you aware of the dangers ahead?
We are. We are going to help.
I look over at him.
I wave.
Good, good. We were afraid that no news had been able to make it out. No one has returned. I'm trying to notify Whitewall of the danger. It seems that the Shadowlands to the north are growing. And we are not equipped to deal with that.
Rest assured, Whitewall is doing what it can. The defense of the realm is paramount.
Okay.
Constantine is aware of the problems.
Like, yeah, they have no idea who Constantine is.
But you got a name drop.
Yeah. He will probably appreciate it. Great. Now this is my fault.
All right. And then turn us around and
Keep heading east.
yeah.
They kind of watch you until you go over the next hill and disappear. Like all kind of standing there, like holding, arm full of clothes and blankets and like
Food.
a little bit of food and kind of. All right.
That was weird.
So.
Again, I did nothing threatening.
Well, I'm
exists.
sitting there and
Except
complimenting
exists.
Mao.
And well, no, dropping out of the sky was a little bit threatening.
I was not intending to land on. There was no aggressive nature.
Oh, that would have been brilliant to land on top of him. Would have been like squish.
Like grape.
I just hopped by and
Yeah.
And I'm running the wagon I'm running the horses at least a trot.
Okay. Then yeah, you make up for lost time a bit, but as the day progresses, you don't see any more wood smoke ahead of you, really in any direction. Not to the south, not to the north. You've seen no wood
Yeah,
smoke to the
there's
north.
basically almost no sign of life.
Until you're nearing evening time, you start seeing a bit of wood smoke coming from up ahead, and actually it's a pretty thick column. I mean, it's white.
like thicker than like a fireplace, more
was
like
gonna
a
say-
wildfire.
More like a house.
Potentially, it's big enough to be. It's either a bonfire or it's a house.
Are
It's,
we,
about
are we
9:10.
close enough to
It's
get
like
to the farm that we're supposed to be going to? Or are
you
we,
you know you're in the area. I mean, you don't know exactly where this place
Right,
is, but
right.
yeah, you should be nearing it by now.
like, what I'm asking is, are we going to have to camp another night, or can we make it there?
To
Do
where
we
the,
think?
you would be getting to this place at nightfall.
Yeah.
If you
I'm,
go
I'm
into where
pushing
that
the
smoke
horses
is.
to get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
my
send
vote.
Sova, since it's getting dark, he should be waking up a bit, send him up ahead and see what he can see from.
Okay.
Do you have telepathic communication with that?
Not telepathic, I don't believe, but it can still communicate
Yeah.
big impressions and ideas to him.
Empathic.
And it actually is, yeah. And it's fairly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not quite human level, but it is fairly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It flies off
Mm-hmm.
and pretty quickly disappears because it doesn't make any sound and it's
Fast.
You know, I'm gonna lightning speed and head up there too.
okay. How much does that increase your speed by?
It gives me +1 success, and I explode 5s and 6s on my check until there are no more 5s and 6s.
Go ahead and make a strength athletics.
What is
This is probably going to be pretty sick.
What?
This is not a feat of strength,
Run, Barry.
but yes.
What is the base speed for a person?
Usually it's around. Oh,
Does my rush have anything to do with this?
that's combat only.
Okay.
I don't think it has a speed attribute this time around.
Oh, that's a crappy roll.
Wow.
Lots of 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
1,
fours,
so
4s and 5s.
2. There's 3. 4.
All right. You're able to pretty much keep pace with the bird. Your perception isn't huge, so
My perception is 5 dots.
yes, five dice.
He has
Um,
2 automatic successes just by existing.
With
Well, if
for
it's
Silent flight.
Oh, right.
Altogether, perception awareness is 8 dice.
Oh, I take that back. I forgot.
Like, my perception
no,
alone is
you
5
have-
dice.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
he has a good dice pool. He just
You
doesn't have
have-
all the special
Yeah.
powers.
You guys have the special powers. He has just a raw dice pool. Never
Right.
mind. Yeah, you're able to probably keep track of it. I mean, maybe not 100% of the time, but you.
I'm more
keep
keeping
catching
track of the smoke
Yeah.
than the bird.
So
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
getting
you have a -2 to notice it, and it has a +2 to its 2 automatic successes when it's being stealthy.
I'm not trying to track the.
Yeah, like I
bird
said,
thing.
he's not trying to keep track of it. You catch a glimpse of some rooftops, one hilltop, and then but nothing much else. You see some trees. Actually, wait, no trees. They would have cut them all down by now.
Anyway, I'm just getting to the.
You get over the next hilltop and up to the next hilltop, and you finally get a glimpse of the place. I mean, you don't have a full line of sight of it, but you see a large manor house and some outlying buildings that are like kind of forming a enclosed area, and they seem to have erected some sort of palisade. Like you can just catch the tips of the palisade.
Can you see where
And
the
then-
fire's coming from?
It's coming from the center of the area.
So from here, does it look like it's a controlled fire? Or
It does. It does seem to be under control because it's a single column, and you don't see like flames leaping from buildings or anything. So either one specific building is on fire, or they have some kind of huge bonfire going.
Is there any like signs of panic or anything that would accompany a house actually being on fire?
No, you're not. You're not hearing yelling.
Like screams. Get
Yeah,
water!
there's no screams, and you don't see like people running around.
Then I'm
crazy
gonna
or-
trust it's a bonfire in the center of town. I'm gonna sit down and wait for my companions to show up.
Okay, sit down now. Yeah.
I'm just gonna toss a rock.
Yep. You guys are
So we'll land on a tree next to you.
getting
and
about to
look at
that
you.
same first hilltop when the bird comes back and just like appears out of nowhere, lands on your shoulder. It
What'd you see?
it actually has like no, it has like a bat in its mouth.
All right, Ozzy.
Okay.
No, Momo. Water.
It like it just kind of gives you the impression of there's no real concern.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Bonfire, probably. He says there's nothing wrong. Good job.
That was a good one though, Dan.
Nice reference.
You catch up with him. He's tossing a rock from now.
Town bonfire.
Is there a gate in evidence?
There is like a hedgehog that looks like it can be moved back and forth in the room.
Okay.
Hedgehog?
It's basically a bunch of spikes
Oh, okay.
put together like this. So
Okay,
there's sets
okay.
of them.
Yeah, I'm not overly smart, but I'm not stupid enough to try and go into town by myself.
Yeah.
You've done that before. You know what happens. Torches and pitchforks
Yep.
every time.
He's
Every
a monster.
Although they tend to follow at a safe distance.
Throw rocks. I mean, they have the torches and pitchforks, but mostly they try to employ rocks and throw the torches.
Yeah, I'll bring us up.
Okay.
I'll pause a moment for him to get on. Or probably not, just slow them to a walk.
Yeah. As you approach the town, you get spotted, and you hear some people yelling back and forth at each other, and pretty soon they're talking and speaking in North tongue. Ice tongue?
Anyways.
Air tongue. Sorry. You hear some people yelling back and forth. I mean, it's the common language, and then
It's
pretty
quite
soon
nice.
there's about a dozen men at the entryway to the compound.
On the other side of the hedgehog.
Yep. They've got spears and helmets. Some of them have shields, and chunks of armor of one sort or another. It's not uniform by any means, but it looks like some of these are like, yeah, this was Daddy's when he joined the Legion, kind of
And
stuff.
that guy is wearing a bucket. As a helmet.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It works.
Yeah.
I'd rather look stupid and be alive than look right beautiful in my funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pull the horses up short of the
Okay.
hedgehog. Both
Um,
hands up.
yeah, there's one guy with a bow. Oh
I
no,
see
I
him
did.
with both
Let's
hands
scratch
up,
that.
so I'll raise both my hands.
There's several people with hunting bows.
Yeah.
Which, they might not be war bows, but that definitely cause some discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say like a couple guys, but no, this is north. This is hunting land. This is and the things up here you don't shoot with a little bird arrow. Not if you want.
You don't hunt with a sling.
Yes, you don't hunt with a sling up here. It's wolves, and like moose, and like
Caribou.
there are little mammoths up here, although mostly to the far north. They're not very common down here.
Yeah. I am Otto Eriksson from Whitewall. I bring trade and support for your troubles.
Somebody cut your wrist, or we're gonna fill you full of feathers.
Cut her. Okay. I grab his arm and cut it.
Oh, I was going to hold out my wrist for one of them to cut. Because I can take the most damage.
That's why I said. I
They,
take your arm.
they
Oh,
like
it
seem
looked
to
like you were
relax a
pointing
little
at
bit. They're
him.
like,
No, I was like,
hurry up
quite
and
sure.
get in before the night falls. And they like pull the hedgehog back. Fools out on the road for. And then they shove it back in, and they're like looking around.
When they go to shove it back in, I'll help them.
Okay. Gave us a right scare there, didn't you? What are you doing out on the wall? The
I get
road as
that a
night
lot.
falls. Crazy.
We got a little sidetracked following some tracks from a campsite. They were heading northeast.
Followed them north.
There's an abandoned hamlet.
A lot of those. What's your friend here?
He's from the far north.
I'm
They grow-
Siku.
They grow them big there.
You're welcome here. You look like you can handle your own.
How many gold and silver?
He takes you over to
Gems?
the bonfire, which you guys now see, and it's lighting up the center of
Give
this
us a
courtyard.
quest or die.
They've got a big stack of logs nearby, and then there's some people like using it for a cook fire, on the outside a bit, but there are a number of people like around it right now. And you noticed as you approached that all the outer facing walls of buildings are boarded up. All the windows are completely boarded over. And these aren't like roughshod attempts. These seem to have been a concerted effort to make sure every single outer structure is fortified.
Okay. And the palisade, does it incorporate any of the buildings as
Yeah.
walls?
Mhm.
Or is it
Yeah,
separated from it?
it's building palisade kind of thing.
Mm.
It's the fastest way to
yeah,
erect a
exactly.
defensive line. Okay.
Cool.
And you've noticed as you came through the gate, some people up, because there's a couple of 2-story buildings here, 2 or 3-story buildings, and there's people looking out from the side windows. And your perceptions would be high enough. You do see evidence of damage done to the outside of the buildings.
Interesting. Looks like the supplies we
What
brought.
kind
are
of damage?
useful.
Like some splintering of the wood here and there, like something tore it apart kind of thing. So like there was-
clawed or
potentially, yeah. There's definitely some
swords
claws.
or
Yeah. Some of it almost looks weapon-like. But
the guy that's talking will be like, what attacked?
those empty hamlets. Well, those that used to live in them. You must be from outside the area. Here, the dead walk at night.
Does it happen to look like, and I'll describe the monsters that attacked me the first time.
We're gonna cut right there.
Okay.
If you want the answer to that question,
Tune in next
watch
time.
next time.